The War of 1812. The United States declared war on Britain on June 18, 1812. But why? What was the point of another war with Britain so soon after the Revolutionary War? There are three main reasons why the United States declared war on Britain. Outrage at the British impressments or kidnapping of thousands of American sailors. Frustration at British restrictions on neutral trade while Britain was at war with France. And anger at British alliances with Native Americans, which conflicted with American expansion and settlement. President Madison faced demands for a more aggressive policy toward the British. A group of Republicans known as the War Hawks pressured the president to declare war. War Hawks wanted revenge against the British actions on the Americans, but they also wanted to expand the United States into Canada. Madison knew that war with Britain was unavoidable. In a message to Congress, he cited the spectacle of injuries and indignities which have been heaped upon our country and asked for a declaration of war. And so began the War of 1812. Coming from Detroit, the American Army made 4 attempts to take Canada. None were successful. The first American win came at the Battle of Lake Erie, led by the naval captain Oliver Hazard Perry. Captain Perry reported back after the British were defeated, "We have met the enemy, and they are ours." After the battle at Lake Erie, the British and their Native American allies retreated out of the Detroit area. General Harrison and his troops cut them off, where the great Native American leader Tecumseh was killed. On August 14th, British troops had marched into Washington, D.C., burning and destroying all in their path. Luckily, President Madison escaped as he watched the night sky turn a fiery orange. The White House was one of the buildings destroyed, but luckily a thunderstorm had begun that put out the fires before any more damage could be done. The British pressed on to Baltimore, making no effort to hold on to Washington. They were then met by some 13,000 American militia determined to defend Baltimore. They were also bombarded by cannons from Fort McHenry in the harbor. For almost 12 hours, a young lawyer, Francis Scott Keyes, watched bombs burst over Fort McHenry. At dawn, he saw the American flag still waving. It inspired him to write the poem, The Star-Spangled Banner. American victories continued when they defeated the British at the Battle of Lake Champlain. The Battle of Plattsburgh ended the war. Although the British had every advantage, they still lost the battle to the U.S. Britain decided the war was too costly and unnecessary. They met with the American representatives in Ghent, Belgium, to sign a peace treaty. Before word of the treaty had reached the United States, one final battle occurred in New Orleans. Led by General Sir Edward Pakenham, the British soldiers were no match for the United States Army, led by Andrew Jackson. In only 1 hour, 2/3 of the British soldiers were dead. And so ended the War of 1812.